Hey everybody, we have an update about the binary trigger ban in Minnesota. Yes, it's not over yet. Rob Dorr, president of the Minnesota Gun Owners Law Center. If you guys remember back in August, we won in Ramsey County when we sued the state for violating the single subject clause of the Minnesota Constitution, which included a ban on binary triggers. And Judge Castro issued an order that basically said you couldn't enforce that provision. Now, he did identify numerous other parts of the bill that were problematic, but only granted us relief on the part that he believed that we have standing for, the gun-related issues. So that victory is still currently in place. However, the state has appealed, and they are asking for the Court of Appeals. Actually, they're going all the way up to the Minnesota Supreme Court, trying to skip the Court of Appeals in order to overturn our victory at the district court level. Now, they have asked the court to consolidate the case with United Health Group, which had another case challenging the single subject ruling, and they actually lost in the district court on their case. So the state of Minnesota is asking to put those cases together and hear them both at the same time because they're dealing with the same issue. Now, we have also counter-appealed the decision, so this would also have to be heard on appeal, saying that, the binary trigger portion wasn't enough. The entire bill is defective in the way that it was passed, and it's not the judge's responsibility to go and pick out parts of legislation that we're violating or we're not violating, that the legislature needs to go back, do their job, and pass a bill that's compliant with the Minnesota Constitution. So that'll be part of our counter appeal. But what does this mean practically for you guys? So right now, the ban remains unenforceable today. However, the state is asking for a stay of that order, making binary triggers illegal once again in Minnesota. They're going to have to ask Judge Castro for that. We are prepared to aggressively argue against that. We know a lot of you have relied on Judge Castro's order in order to reacquire your property, get it back in the state, fish it out of the bottom of whatever lake it ended up at the bottom of, and bought new ones because of this ruling. And we don't want the state to be able to recriminalize you overnight under the guise that this bill, in their opinion, is going to be up on appeal, or this ruling rather. We're going to be addressing the issue of the single subject bill from multiple angles before the Minnesota Supreme Court, and ultimately the Supreme Court's going to have to decide if they want to try to rein in this actions that the legislature has taken. The stakes are escalating, and this outcome will determine not only the future of binary triggers, but hopefully rein in the legislature's rampant use of these jumbo omnibus bills. Stay tuned to us for updates.